Scarlet Nexus is a new anime action game made by the Dark Souls of Japanese video game companies. It is set in an alternate reality where human beings gain psionic abilities by getting piped. Disgusting brain-eating creatures called Others randomly attack regular civilians. You play as either a sultry, cool and pragmatic enchantress named Kasane Randall or your everyday average Japanese man named Yuito Sumeragi. Both of them are newcomers to the OSF, the last line of psionic defense between civilians and others. The presence of psychic abilities in this alternate reality has changed society drastically. New Himuka is a world where people directly send messages to your brain, aka brain messages, and people psychically talk to each other across long distances, aka brain talking. It's a world where police tape is only in your mind, and where the society supercomputer senses things in real life. Let me get something straight pronto. Scarlet Nexus is a seriously amazing game. It has an anime action battle system with emphasis on the anime. Both protagonists have psychokinesis powers and natural weapon wielding skills, but during the course of the story, you will create bonds and strike up friendships with other characters who then lend you use of their psychic abilities during battle. They pipe you using the SAS system, granting you temporary use of their brain energy. You have your classic fire elemental power, and then you have more interesting powers like super speed. I don't want to spoil every power, but trust me, the psionic abilities are dope. Each power is like a different stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I love that the game designers had fun with it and thought outside the box instead of going for the same old typical video gamey shit. Fun and creative, the anime combat made me cry like an anime fan on prom night. By the end of the campaign, you'll be stacking stands on stands, getting piped by the whole gang at once. Truly, Psycho Mantis. It really makes you feel like an OP anime protagonist. Platinum games eat your heart out. Shout out to the boss battles. On hard mode, damn, they hit just right. Outside of combat, Scarlet Nexus is a social life simulator. You'll be developing your bonds with your teammates in order to further develop their piping powers. Think Persona or Fire Emblem or real life. I gotta say, the character ensemble is extremely likable. Characters who first seem like the classic anime tropes turn out to be fully fleshed out and interesting. Yuito may be more than just your average Japanese man after all. Tokyo Ghoul Man might be more Tokyo than Ghoul. Luca Travers might first seem like the classic genius with a child's body, but he's actually extremely gay. The social sim portion of the game is when you realize that Scarlet Nexus is actually a mercantilism simulator. While you can just talk to each character and experience their Bond episodes, another way to raise their affection is by giving them gifts. You see, there is one fundamental law of trade. A gift creates an obligation. In an absolute masterstroke of game design, each character will actually play with your gifts, revealing more of their personality. Hanabi will practice her squash game, showing her playful side, while Genma will sit on his ones and drink the pain away.
Why are we still here?
Seriously though, the characters are extremely well fleshed out and interesting, and it's also a real breath of fresh air to have protagonists with actual personalities. The Bond episodes aren't just static backstory info drops, but actual stories. Scarlet Nexus also kills it in the presentation department. Generic anime googly eyes are coupled up with really interesting, creative, slightly disturbing, and beautiful monster designs. Bandai Namco enlisted the help of artist Masakazu Yamashiro, and I gotta say it paid off handsomely. Stunning aesthetics are coupled with more than stellar voice acting. Oh, not to mention a sultry, swanky soundtrack. I really have to say that this game surprised me. The story is phenomenal, seriously. Not only is Scarlet Nexus one of the best games I've played this year, it's also one of the best anime I've watched. The story weaves, unfolds, and expands exponentially. It reminds me of one of Studio Trigger's gems from their heyday. I don't want to spoil anything, but all I have to say is that if you take the plunge, it is well worth it. This game seems so generic at first glance, but it is surprisingly made with a serious amount of love and care. It's a game where the Karens are male. It's a game where the protagonist loves Bucky. The world building has so much more depth than it would seem at first glance. Let me give you an enticing example. All OSF soldiers are given age-slowing drugs so that they can remain in their childlike original forms in order to prolong and fortify the lolly industrial complex. They are thus labeled children of the state. It's these little details that really make you feel like a filthy weeb. I've made my jokes, but seriously, I can't recommend this game enough. I gambled on the purchase due to an unhealthy attraction to 2D women, but I was surprised by an absolute gem of a game. In many ways, it's the anti-modern game. Instead of an arbitrary gender choice, they give us 2 separate campaigns, both of which you are going to want to play through. No open world nonsense, an intriguing and well fleshed out story, and just a serious amount of heart and dedication put into a completely new IP. Scarlet Nexus, I love you.